I have the winter blues. Well, if you really wanted to know what it's like to be a 36-year-old woman who's single, doesn't have their life together yet, welcome to it. Because this is as real, as raw, and as it gets. One, two, three. It's like this Tootsie Roll commercials with the owl. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Ooh. Saturday morning, gloomy and cold out. I have the winter blues. So I thought making a video would help me feel better, give me some purpose. So I'm gonna be vlogging my weekend. Too hot to drink. I should have known. I got done with work yesterday, and as soon as I closed my laptop, it was like, I have nothing to do tonight and nothing to do all weekend. And the darkness started to call, and the void of space and time and emptiness started to call. Ring-a-ding-ding. So I'm sitting in that energy. That's pretty much what the entire energy of this video will be. So here's kind of the plan of attack for today, so I don't succumb to the darkness. Luckily, I have acting classes. This I did strategically. I purposely signed up for weekend acting classes so I would have something on the calendar for the months of January and February. Because I know myself, and I know that more than likely, had I not had something going on every weekend, something to look forward to, something that got me out of the house, moving my body, doing something that I love and care about, I would descend into hell. I would love to say that I would make the most of those weekends and reach out to my friends in the city or paint so much. But more than likely, the depression would come in like a Dementor and just... So then my weekends would be doing nothing, probably drinking by myself, because yes, in the past I have done that. In the past, I have done that. I don't like this.
And it got a lot of attention, clearly.
I already started my day meditating, which has been something that I've been consistently doing since August when I discovered Dr. Joe Dispenza. I love that man so much. He has changed the way that I think about thoughts. I could speak a long time about my journey with that, but maybe I'll make that a video another time. But what I will say is the meditation that I've been doing this week is called Generating Abundance. Why I've been choosing to do it is because obviously there's more abundance that I want in my life. There are so many things that I want in my life that I currently do not have, but I've been sitting in that wanting energy, that lack energy, and I haven't been very present, I'm just very future thinking, or I'm past thinking like, oh, well, because I don't have the evidence of it in the past, like, how am I going to have it in the future? That thought pops up. Or the other thought where I'm just in the future where it's like, everything's going to be great once I get that thing. But the future doesn't exist. The past doesn't exist. All we have is the now. And so this meditation in particular, meditation in general, but this one in particular really grounds me in the present, because Dr. Joe will say things like, feel it. If you listen to his meditations, you'll get that. He speaks very strangely, but it does something to my brain where I sit up and listen. Sit up like an abundant being. But towards the end of the meditation, he's like, feel whole and there is no lack. Because I have been so in lack energy, and I truly believe like what we put out is what we get. So like me not being satisfied with where I'm at is just bringing more dissatisfaction with where I'm at. So this meditation is really helping me be whole where I'm at now, grateful now, and that's just a really beautiful thing to practice. The sun came out. Woo, baby! It's kind of messing with my lighting. Not that I have the best lighting for these anyways, but okay. Is this ready to drink yet? Please. Yeah. I made coffee this morning to really perk my ass up. I've been drinking tea all week, which I love, but I needed a little extra pep in my step this morning. Ooh, and that coffee is hitting. This would normally be the time where I'd be on my phone doing the mini crossword, but my phone is helping me film, so I have my laptop and I'm gonna journal. I did journal last night too. Friday night, I want to say I'm ready to crash out, but I feel just numb. It was dreary and rainy all day. I did do my meditation this morning and then felt good. And then I talk about more things that I'm not going to share on the internet. Saturday morning. I'm currently vlogging right now, and it feels weird to be watched while I do this. I'm having a very like meta moment because I'm journaling, which is like me reflecting on myself and where I'm at. Then I'm filming myself reflecting. There's just like ping, 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 ping. This is what happens when you spend too much time alone. I'm reflecting on last night, and I spent a lot of my night.
Of course, don't be friends. I was playing along with you.
So then, when it was time to go to bed, my brain just felt fuzzy and ugh, and it just felt like gunk. Someone on TikTok used this as a metaphor, and I just thought it was spot on. Talking about how meditation is like hygiene for your mental health. It's like brushing your teeth. You know, when you don't brush your teeth, it gets grimy, it gets stanky. But that's like when you don't meditate, when you don't clear the thoughts out of your head, your mind gets stanky. And I didn't meditate before I went to bed last night, but I did read some pages from The Power of Now. And I just typed Eckhart Tolle spits fire because he really does. But he puts these pauses in the book after, you know, he makes a point on a certain topic of consciousness. It's so important to put those pauses in because there's so many times I'll be reading this book and one, I'll have to go back and reread something. Or two, I will finish what he said and I'm like, let me actually pull out what blew my mind the most last night. I don't know, there was a lot. Oh, I am not teaching you. You are consciousness and you are listening to yourself. What? I am not teaching you. You are consciousness and you are listening to yourself because I am part of the whole. Everything is consciousness. So everything is me expressing itself. What? I need to join a book club to talk about this stuff. I actually want to read a little bit more of this morning. I guess I'm not really journaling. Yeah, I'm going to read a chapter. cups of coffee this morning. After the first one, I started to feel hope, you know, when that caffeine in the morning kicks in, and I was so ready to take on the day and just feeling optimistic about YouTube and art. And now I had my third cup and I'm feeling a little anxious. Fucking go figure. But not really too anxious, just like I'm anxious and blah. It's like I just have this frustration of where I am in life, and like I just feel like screaming sometimes because I look ahead to today. I look ahead to tomorrow. I look ahead to this week, and I just see a blank field of nothing. And while I could look at that like a blank canvas full of possibilities, I'm overwhelmed by the fact that there is nothing exciting really to look forward to. You know, I don't have anything planned with my friends. I don't have any cool like art opportunities. Work is really mundane. There's no special events. I recognize I need to let that go. I need to, you know, change my perspective on that. It feels like a constant struggle, but it feels like that's the lesson I need to learn right now. Anyways, I'm getting ready for this acting class. Ooh, my hair is greasy. My hair is greasy. My sister got me some dry shampoo from Trader Joe's. Not feel like washing my hair today. And it still, for the most part, looks, you know, pretty good. That's what is nice about my hair, is I can usually get away with not washing it for a couple days. But I guess that helped. But I think curling my hair, I have hot rollers, that'll help the hair. A friend sent me a link to this art scholarship. There is an art studio here in Chicago. They're offering a year scholarship, I think, participate in their classes and kind of be a part of their community. And that would be huge. That'd be huge for me because I'm finding myself being extra careful of how I communicate where I'm at in my life currently. My thoughts, my beliefs, my words have so much impact on what is created around me. I truly believe that. And I've overcome a lot. But I still feel I'm still in this transformation stage, and I have this fear that I could slip back into old habits, old ways, old beliefs, old thoughts quickly if I speak on them. But I know that's not true because I know I determine where I'm going in my life. But since I'm in the middle, it's hard to talk about because I don't want to give power to the old story, to the old version, to the old me. I only want to be walking, thinking, speaking as my highest self. All of that is to say, what my first thought was is I'm lacking community. I don't want to say that. I want to say the reason why I want to be part of or get this art scholarship, besides learning, is I am building community in my life actively right now. You see the positive flip on that? You see the positive flip on that? Yeah, I'm going to look into filling out that application this weekend and getting that sent off. I have, I think, all of February to actually fill it out, but I'd like to just get it done. It also reminds me, one of my other goals with art is just submitting to various submissions of art shows and art galleries and random online, anywhere that is accepting art. This is something I learned from an old high school friend who was an art curator, social media marketing person in the art world, and she gave me a lot of really wonderful tips. And from that, I have had my work featured. I had my first gallery show this past year, and another digital piece be in an online gallery. Very cool. And I sort of put a pause on all of that because I don't know, life. That helps me kind of get back into the creative habit. It helps me meet people, just get more connected to this world that I'm honestly relatively new to. I have been an artist my whole life, but not in that particular medium. Like, I've been a performance artist and like a theater artist. I've always just been creative, but there's just a lot about the art world that I do not know. I'm learning and it's exciting, and I just want to keep engaging more with it. Yeah, I'm really grateful that a friend saw that and thought of me. Like, how nice, how wonderful. Okay, let's take these out. I had a nice little lunch. I ate a little lentil soup. And I stared into the abyss. Oh, God. Like, does anybody else fucking feel this way? Again, I don't want to speak on where I'm at because I don't want to give it power. I know my future can change. But the thing is, I've been working on myself pretty aggressively since June and now February. It's the first day of February and I feel impatient. We keep going. We keep motherfucking going. Okay, I desperately need foundation, but I went to Target the other day and they did not have my foundation there, so I didn't get any. So all I'm gonna use today is this light fluid sunscreen. It's a tinted mineral, La Roche-Posay. I like it. You know, it just it gives me a little color. I feel like I could have something better with some foundation. I don't even know if I like the foundation that I use, to be honest. I'm not really with it when it comes to makeup. I have been loving tinting my eyebrows though. That feels like that adds something to my face. But since I feel like I've got baggies, we'll give it a little go. Not that it really matters. My acting class is kind of a class full of oddballs. I just want to feel good about myself, you know? I do wish there was like a cute boy in the class, but alas, there isn't. There's so much about living alone, about myself that I love. I really want a partner in this life. And I don't really want to go too in depth on this topic, but it's something that I'm just kind of coming to terms with, something I've been telling myself this last week, because I definitely crashed out about it last week, getting back from a vacation and coming home to no one and nothing really had me breaking down. And I re-downloaded Hinge too, which that alone is enough to make anyone crash out. But what I'm trying to work on is surrendering. You know, I have this desire in my heart for a reason. I don't get to control the how or the when. Look, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it because who doesn't want to share their life with someone? But I am surrendering this desire to God, the universe, to life itself. There's only so much I can do. And I have to find the joy, the peace, the ease, the love where I'm at now. Because now is all we have. So, well, good job doing my makeup and then crying. Whoo! This is something that also happens on the weekends is I cry because I'm alone. Something that you will get from my channel is the reality. You know, I feel like so many things we see in the world, it is perfect. You know, so many influencers, content creators, artists, you know, whatever, we see what they want us to see. We see, you know, the perfect shot, the perfect version of that moment that they've created and manufactured for us. And yes, I am manufacturing this for you. Like, who knows how this is going to look when I'm done editing it, but like, you are still going to get a glimpse of like what it looks like. I'm in a studio apartment. It's not a nice studio apartment, you know. I have shit. Okay, well, now that I'm in this great I I guess this video is going to be about me spiraling. It's me spiraling. You know what? I did say we're in the wintertime blues, and this is wintertime blues. Because summer in Chicago, I still get sad, but it's so much easier and more motivating when the weather's nice to go out and do things by myself or to reach out to people. In the winter, it's cold, it's dark, and I just want to hibernate. And that's exactly what depression wants me to do. But to get out of depression, I have to express myself. Because I saw a quote that was like, depression, the opposite of depression isn't joy, it's expression. Which brings me back to, again, why I am creating videos on YouTube. Is because I need to create. I need to express myself. It lifts me up. And last week when I was editing my video, it really had me appreciating the mundanity, is that a word, of my life. And when I think back to days that I film, it gives me purpose. Purpose that I'm not finding elsewhere. Sometimes I think like I have been forced to be alone so that I can really shine. Like I'm forced to be alone so that I have no one, nothing, no choice but to rely fully on me and just come out like guns blazing, being me, and just I'm forced to show up for myself. I'm forced to do everything for myself, which can be heavy and hard, but right now I believe it's necessary because no one's coming to save me. No one's coming to save me. No one, nothing, no one thing, no one person can save me. There is just me, and not even necessarily saving myself, but loving myself. Walking to the bus, and as I'm here walking, it's got my body moving. I'm in a mental warfare again. Like I'm having to actively fight away all the scary thoughts about being alone and past histories with men and being frustrated with where I'm at in my life and telling myself like, change the story around that. Like what a blessing it is to be here right now. Like to have all this time by myself to really get to know myself, really come out and be myself authentically in this world without the influence of, a relationship or, anyone else having an opinion on what type of work I should create, But it's just so dumb how our brains will lie to us and beat us up and be mean. I'm home. It was a little bit of a cold walk, and then a bus, and then another bus, and then I stopped at Target, and they didn't have the moisturizer that I need or the foundation, and but it's fine. And I just am feeling but now it's nighttime. The night has fallen. I'm happy to be home, but I'm feeling a little that I have nothing to do tonight, but okay for the most part. But you know, my journey home definitely had me thinking some thoughts. But I will say, acting class today was really good for me in terms of just being present there. The nice thing about this kind of work, Meisner, I won't go into the technique, but it does require you to be absolutely present, in touch with yourself, in touch with your partner, in touch with your emotions. As someone who has big emotions, I'm very expressive. It's nice to have a gym for that, essentially, to have a place to express, to articulate feelings, to feel the feelings and have it be a safe space. So I'm very, very grateful for the work and the people that are in the class. You know, I know I mentioned that they're oddballs, but they are all so present and giving, that anytime, you know, I have to work with someone, you know, you kind of think, oh, I prefer if it would be this person, or I prefer it would be this person. And that does come up, but I feel comfortable and confident and safe working with all of them. So that's huge. But now it's nighttime, and I'm gonna find something to eat for dinner, and I'll probably start editing this video, and I need to find something to watch on TV. I deleted Netflix and HBO like 2 months ago. So I still have Prime because it's my mom's account, and I have Hulu because Spotify's connected with it. But I'm a little bleh with those options. But I will say, like, as someone who lives alone, I'm dependent on TV in the background. It makes me feel like I have friends. It makes me feel like somebody's hanging out with me. It's just a nice background noise that is really soothing for me. Whether or not I'm like fully paying attention. Most of the time I'm not. It's, you know, it's just for comfort. Anyways, those are my big Saturday night plans. Okay, well, I think that's it. I think that's all. Thanks for hanging out with me.